Many of you may remember Ben Crump was helping the Lax family reach a settlement with, her cells being exploited by the medical world. And, her cells were exploited worldwide. They took her cells without permission. And, they were hoping the statute of limitation would stop this from happening, this lawsuit, and it didn't. Now, what happened to Henrietta Lacks happened 70 years ago at John Hopkins Hospital, and they took her cells when she was fighting a battle with cervical cancer. And this occurred in 1951, and it is now infamously known as the HeLa cells. So I have some audio I want you to listen to. And and I'm real happy the Lax family finally reached a settlement. But as far as I'm concerned, there are far more settlements they should be getting worldwide.
Family of Henrietta Lacks settles with biotech company accused of exploiting her cells. In their complaint, Lack's descendants argued that her treatment illustrates a much larger issue that persists into the present day: racism inside the American medical system. More than 70 years after doctors at Johns Hopkins Hospital took Henrietta Lacks's cervical cells without her knowledge, a lawyer for her descendants said they have reached a settlement with a biotechnology company they sued in 2021, accusing its leaders of reaping billions of dollars from a racist medical system. Tissue taken from the black woman's tumor before she died of cervical cancer became the first human cells to be successfully cloned. Reproduced infinitely ever since, HeLa cells have become a cornerstone of modern medicine, enabling countless scientific and medical innovations, including the development of the polio vaccine, genetic mapping, and even C-19 jabs. Despite that incalculable impact, the Lax family had never been compensated. Doctors harvested Lax cells in 1951, long before the advent of consent procedures used in medicine and scientific research today. But lawyers for her family argued that Thermo Fisher Scientific Inc. of Waltham, Massachusetts, has continued to commercialize the results well after the origins of the HeLa cell line became well known. The settlement agreement came after closed-door negotiations that lasted all day Monday inside the federal courthouse in Baltimore. Several members of the Lax family were in on the talks. Attorney Ben Crump, who represents the Lax family, announced the settlement late Monday. He said the terms of the agreement are confidential. The parties are pleased that they were able to find a way to resolve this matter outside of court and will have no further comment about the settlement, Crump said in a statement. Thermo Fisher representatives didn't immediately respond to requests by phone and email from the Associated Press for comment on Tuesday. HeLa cells were discovered to have unique properties. While most cell samples died shortly after being removed from the body, her cells survived and thrived in laboratories. This exceptional quality made it possible to cultivate her cells indefinitely. They became known as the first immortalized human cell line, making it possible for scientists anywhere to reproduce studies using identical cells. The remarkable science involved, and the impact on the Lax family, some of whom suffered from chronic illnesses without health insurance, were documented in a best-selling book by Rebecca Skloot, The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, and Oprah Winfrey portrayed her daughter in an HBO movie about the story. Lacks was 31 when she died and was buried in an unmarked grave. A poor tobacco farmer from Southern Virginia, she was raising 5 children when doctors discovered a tumor in her cervix and saved a sample of her cancer cells collected during a biopsy. Johns Hopkins said it never sold or profited from the cell lines, but many companies have patented ways of using them. In their complaint, Lack's grandchildren and other descendants argued that her treatment illustrates a much larger issue that persists into the present day: racism inside the American medical system. The exploitation of Henrietta Lacks represents the unfortunately common struggle experienced by Black people throughout history, the complaint reads. Too often, the history of medical experimentation in the United States has been the history of medical racism. Thermo Fisher argued the case should be dismissed because it was filed after the statute of limitations expired, but attorneys for the family said that shouldn't apply because the company is continuously benefiting from the cells. In a statement posted to their website, Johns Hopkins medicine officials said they reviewed all interactions with Lax and her family after the 2010 publication of Skloot's book. While acknowledging an ethical responsibility, it said the medical system has never sold or profited from the discovery or distribution of HeLa cells and does not own the rights to the HeLa cell line, while also acknowledging an ethical responsibility. Crump, a civil rights attorney, has become well known for representing victims of police violence and calling for racial justice, especially in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder. Last week, U.S. Senators Chris Van Hollen and Ben Cardin, both Maryland Democrats, introduced a bill to posthumously award Lax the Congressional Gold Medal. Henrietta Lacks changed the course of modern medicine, Van Hollen said in a statement announcing the bill. It is long past time that we recognize her life-saving contributions to the world.
Okay, so you heard the audio. So, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think about this video. I'm happy that this family was able to prevail, but they're not the only ones that used her cell and benefited. Now they're trying to act like nobody benefited. Oh, we didn't profit off of it. Yes, you did. If you profited off of the vaccines and anything that you made from those cells, you made a profit. They're sitting there in court trying to pretend like they made no profit. I mean, what an insult to anybody's intelligence. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this video. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.